Hi guys and welcome back to another video in the wrestling review of Dan's. Also, talk about I'm going to briefly talk uh, about Randy Orton's heel uh, and why I think it makes the most sense, but also I think it should have happened after Cody Rhodes beat him in the king of the ring finals of a couple of years back. Um, but but before we get into the deal in the topic area, guys, before we get into the deal in the topic area, guys, thanks for the support in the videos, the feedback, and the wishes of the channel. So, firstly, the reason why I think this makes sense and makes for a better prospect is um because Cody Rhodes is the older baby face of the company, and you've just recently put the title back on him. Now if they kept it on Drew, but that's by the by, um but to be honest, they went down this direction, and with Randy Orton saying he wants to become a 15-time champion, logically that makes sense. And this is what I anticipate Rhodes actually doing for the next couple of years is going is still doing the baby face gimmick and going up against guys, going up against guys that are either in the middle with a big heel push or just turning heel because they're kind of buying for time, but this storyline kind of makes sense for Orton, although he had brief interactions with Alistair Black and Zelina Vega, um, but I actually prefer Randy Orton as a heel. He can tap into that more unhinged character and give baby faces beatdowns. I think Jelly Hero will be the special guest referee because they seem to have featured him a lot throughout Smackdown. He's got a friendship with both Cody and Andy behind the scenes. Um, and as I've said before, Randy Orton is only two away from John C. Is only two away. Is only three away. Sorry, from from John Cena's world title and he'll be two away if he beats Rhodes. I don't think he will. I think this will be like a long stretch sort of storyline heading into the summer. Unless they turn Jelly he unless they turn Jelly heel if they go down the special guest referee route. Because if they were yeah, because if they were to actually went down the baby face or it with a Orton, it would essentially be Cody against himself, similar to the way people initially thought about Cena and the Rhodes, and yeah, but they could have actually done it after the King of the Ring tournament at and Queen of the Ring a couple of years ago. Um, Orton was kind of a wrestling, a heel sort of style match, if you remember. But so there had been a few opportunities of how to do that. But the thing that confused me is with Raw was the fact that they were teasing a Sami Zayn sort of heel turn. Maybe that'll come with it on. And now he's kind of segued into the feud with if Alistair Black. But it just hopefully the match will be good because both guys do have that sort of history. I know Sean's probably not asked. He wasn't as staunchly against the Rhodes as I've been in the past few years, but I think Sean started to check out the whole um to check out and distance himself from the whole product. I kinda get where he's coming from in a sense, but at the same time when um you've committed um to a channel direction and when you've invested them out a time and obviously and merchandise like Havoc etc. That's why I still continue to cover what I cover. Back to the uh, back to the deal to kill those things off. Like both guys have the history. Both guys have the history of legacy. They've actually feuded a couple of times when Orton is in the authority as well. When the Rhodes is putting bags over people's heads, that's the only time where I've kinda got on board to the Cody Rhodes um train, even though I've softened my stance over the years, and sometimes predictability is good because the way the contract signing is taking place where yeah Rhodes was like a Wolves of Ian Orton was like I don't think you understand how much I need this and the way the camera veered off to the right hand portion of the screen. You could kinda see that the heel turn is coming. But it does actually kinda make for a more interesting match. Maybe the Sami Zayn heel turn will come. Maybe the Sami Zayn heel turn will come after the Alistair Black feud, and we'll maybe get Sami Zayn versus um Sami Zayn versus Rhodes at Kill Ash and Attil or Turin or whatever the next Ash pay-per-views. Oh, but for the But for the summer, potentially for a SummerSlam and for maybe like a Saudi Arabia show, 'cause they go back to Saudi Arabia during the summer. I think that'll be, I think that'll be the sort of major feud, and then you get Clash in Italy, where you could maybe um. Here you could maybe sort of veer off into into Sami Zayn and have Zayn versus Rhodes, but yeah, it just actually seems to have come round a bit, but hopefully because of the prior history. They do have a sort of good match. I know Sean's not particularly asked about WrestleMania, and I know I've been jumping around a lot, and that's a deal coming up with the different hypotheticals and stuff. But I'm just trying to see the bigger picture. There's been a lot about WrestleMania this year, the build up that I've been kind of like meh about because like you've got you've got the whole sort of bit what twins been intertwined into the women's tag team championships again, just randomly they show up in Smackdown. They're sort of involved in this, g- uh, they're sort of involved in the no contest finish and actually caused this disqualification by attacking Lashley, Edge, and by attacking Ashley, Edge, and Nia Jax, and they kind of cost Alexa and Charlotte there. So that'll probably be a triple threat tag. And because ticket sales haven't really gone down well, I think this is like a way to like say, okay, the Bellas might not be the greatest wrestlers, but they've built them up as a big name, and you've got Randy Orton, who's been pretty much at the top since 2004. You've got Roman Reigns and CM Punk that'll be your headliner for the second tonight. So I think they're actually banking on past like name value and like I know that'll give Sean um I know that'll give Sean PTSD just me actually saying that, but I think that's what they're trying to do to kinda get some more tickets sold and over the line because there's been discounts after the accounts basically of this WrestleMania because they have been pricing fans out. But yeah, if you're going to if you are going to put the title back on the roads, then obviously this is the most logical way, and they have done it this way. I kind of wish they had uh, the belt and McIntyre, but they've made to their bit, and this is probably the most logical way. for them to actually go down this route because they've been kind of wanting to tell their story for a while. Um, and then they seem to put the legacy faction in the upper echelon of the company. Even though I'm a fan of Randy Orton, wasn't really a fan of Legacy because they have like guys like Ted DiBiase and that idiot Manu and here and Rhodes have always kind of been a bit indifferent to on. But yeah, those are my thoughts, guys. Some extreme thoughts, but hopefully them actually good. Hopefully it'll be better than the cinema. Uh, um, and hopefully they make this WrestleMania match a no disqualification because the way the odds was set up in between the steps where Orton's on top of the announce table, he smashes Rhodes with a chair while his head is kind of edged into uh, the that's to me a no disqualification of Jelly Roll as a special guest referee because yeah that's just the way it's set up to me. But hopefully the match will be good. Hopefully it'll be better than the scenery in the match. It's just the only really two matches that I'm excited for is potentially Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor and potentially Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor and obviously Roman versus Punk because the promos have been a bit on the spicy side and that's what I like um but overall guys uh, overall guys this is just a wait and see um Ideally, ideally, as I said, I would have kept the title and just Roma McIntyre, but this is the route I remember. We'll see what comes from it. I expect Rhodes to retain this I expect Rhodes to retain WrestleMania this year. Um, but I expect us to continue over a couple of pay-per-views. The reason why I expect Cody Rhodes to retain is because they've just recently put out the title, but King Rhodes a couple of weeks ago. But yeah, guys, so like, share, and subscribe, and tell me what you think in the comment section. I do genuinely think that Randy Orton works best as a heel. Anyway, I kinda always have, and yeah, let's see what comes from it. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you over the and I'll see you very soon.